beautiful friends. It has been about a month since I have last gotten in front of the camera. I am meal prepping some sweet potatoes right now, so I figured I would jump on here today. I have been putting off talking to you guys for a few weeks now. I have so many updates for you guys, but you're probably wondering why I haven't been posting flight attendant content at all. It's because I haven't flown in almost a month, which is really crazy. I got really sick the week before Christmas. I ended up getting the flu really bad. I went home the middle of December with Damon and had my sister's engagement party, which was really fun. And then Damon flew out a few days later and we did like our family Christmas early. I actually think Damon is coming home from work. He's gonna come through the door any minute now. Oh, that's literally him, guarantee.
Hello? Are you doing your YouTube?
Yeah.
Sorry, guys.
That's okay. I just started and I was like, actually, Damon should be home any minute. And then I heard doo-doo. You want to come say hi to the camera? Yeah.
What kind of messing right now?
I'm orange. Here we are. Hi.
Hi. Your hair's cold.
Yeah, sorry.
Are you making me food?
Yes. I was indeed correct. That was Damon coming home from work. He just came into my apartment to say hello, and he just went back upstairs to his place to shower. I am meal prepping some sweet potatoes right now, and then I think I'm gonna make some brisket and a Southwest salad for dinner tonight. But yeah, you guys, I've just been putting off talking to you because of so much has happened. I think I started to say before Damon came that I got really sick right before the holidays, and that kind of like did me in. I ended up getting the flu for like a week and a half straight. Like, I have not been that sick in years, but I got so sick I ended up in the ER one night because I had a fever of like 104, 103.5, 104, something like that in the middle of the night, and Damon was like we just couldn't get my fever down, so I had to go to the ER and get like the flu, Tamiflu or whatever, and which is kind of what I figured it was. But yeah, it was just, I was so miserable, and it was days of like not being well, and so that kind of wiped me out. So I had to call out of my work trip right before Christmas. I had a trip that like went through Christmas Eve, and I called off the first couple days, and then I ended up, I did vlog it the 2 days that I went to work. I picked up, so I had a 4-day trip that I called off of, and then you can call and like pick it back up, and I knew that with the holidays they would be like, yes, please come back to work. And I started feeling better, so I packed my bags and went to work, and I worked like day 3 and 4 of my 4-day trip, and like met up with my crew that I was originally supposed to be with. Immediately after, Damon was already in Maui with his family. He flew out like the day, we actually flew from Austin to Seattle together on, I think, so Christmas Eve was on Tuesday, the 24th, right? So on Monday, the 23rd, on the 6 a.m. flight that I usually take to commute into work to Seattle, David and I flew that together, and he went on to Maui that morning after the first flight, and I went to Portland. Actually, I picked up my trip in Seattle. I met my crew in Seattle because they were already there, and worked a flight into Portland, which worked out. So I got to work, I think I worked 3 flights. I do have some clips, like I did try to vlog it, but I was so out of it still. I was really tired. I'd literally been bedridden basically for a week and a half. Like I did not move. I didn't go outside. I maybe went to the store twice to get like Gatorade or soup if I had to, but like didn't go to the gym. I rotated from my bed to the couch and like watched movies all day and napped, like just slept it off. I was exhausted, barely eating. So it kind of just took me out. And the trip was a lot. It was a lot for me to like be vertical after being horizontal for over a week straight and not being active at all. It just kind of wiped me out. So that was definitely challenging, and I did vlog it, but I just wasn't, like, my heart wasn't in it, you know, and I just always want to, like, I love sharing my job, and I just wasn't feeling very excited about sharing with you guys and pulling out and filming, and it just felt weird because I was joining in the middle of a trip, and I was just trying to figure things out. So I did film clips of it, but I didn't end up posting it because it just didn't feel like me, and it was just a lot going on at the time. But I already had booked a positive space ticket, which is basically a confirmed seat on a plane for free. So usually I fly standby to go places, and this was a for sure seat on a plane, which was really awesome. And I had already booked it like months in advance to go to Maui for Christmas with Damon. And he was like, I really want you to come. I really want you to come, which is why I tried to go back to work, because I knew that it's really not okay to, like, you can't use your benefits, your flight benefits for free and all of that if you don't go to work, right? Like, calling out sick and then flying to Hawaii does not exactly look good on paper. So I was like, okay, I'm feeling better. I need to get back to making money anyway. I want to help out my crew. You know, it's the holiday season. It's super busy. I know that crew scheduling is super stressed out. I'm sure people are calling out and just cancellations, and there's just a lot going on. So I was like, let me be helpful. Let me get back into routine for a couple days, go to Maui. I only had Christmas Day off, and then I had another 4-day trip starting the 26th. And so I had all of my flight attendant uniform packed in my bag. I was just going to go do Christmas with Damon and then fly back the morning of the 26th because my trip was at nighttime, and be able to fly. But my throat got super sore. We went to the beach like Christmas morning and then did Christmas activities like all day long with Damon's family. His parents are divorced and remarried, and so we had like so many different Christmas like events to go to all on Christmas Day, and it was kind of crazy. I'm gonna put you over here for a moment. Moved upstairs to Damon's house because I'm gonna hang out with him while the potatoes cook until it's time to go back downstairs and do dinner. Basically what happened was I ended up calling off of my work trip and staying in Maui for another couple days and then going home, which I was super stressed out about because it just does not look good on paper to call off the day after Christmas and like be in Hawaii. And so I was really stressed out about it, but I just knew that I was not well enough to get on a plane. I didn't want to be on a plane full of people and get anybody sick when I was still not feeling good and recovering. So it was very mellow. We didn't do a whole lot in Maui. I took lots of naps every day and just kind of rested and recovered. And then when we came back home, and I was prepping to go to mainline flight attendant training. I have been keeping a huge secret from you guys. I want to say it was probably 7 months ago that I first applied to be a mainline flight attendant. So I don't know if I've ever shared on the vlog that I'm on the regional side. If you are like pay attention or you know the airline industry at all, you could tell from my vlogs that I only fly on the E175s, which is the smaller jets that's 2 seats on each side of the aircraft the whole way down the plane. One bathroom in the back, one in the front. And so I just work on the smaller guys and usually travel to the smaller destinations. That's why you see me in places like Medford or Pasco, Washington, or Walla Walla, just smaller places that the big planes don't tend to go as much or don't go at all. So I've been on that side since I started this flight attendant journey about a year and a half ago, and we have this program because we're already in the air group. We have a program where we can do a pathways program and go directly from the regional side to the mainline side, and we're basically guaranteed an interview, which is really cool that we at least get that shot at the interview. And so sometime last spring, early summer, I applied for that and I got the job offer, a CJO, which is a conditional job offer. And I was so excited. I knew that they had told us that they weren't doing flight attendant training right away, that we were getting hired for sometime early 2025. That's what they said, January, February, March, somewhere in there. And so I knew that I had some time, but I was telling everybody, my family, my friends. I just kept it a secret from you guys because I wanted it to be like this big like surprise. And I I planned on vlogging all of my flight attendant training experience and taking you guys with me, and yeah, just like kind of getting so excited for the future and planning it. And so December, that when I called off the trip, I ended up not working those last 2 trips really. I told you, like, I vlogged pieces of those 2 days that I went back to work on Christmas Eve, but I just was feeling so out of it and not really feeling passionate about picking up the camera. So it just felt kind of like half-assed, to be completely honest, and I just felt like I was doing it because I felt like I had to and not because I was excited about sharing with you guys, and it was just a lot going on. So yeah, I just haven't been able to share anything at all because I haven't even been on a work trip in a month, and so things have definitely not gone according to plan. That really, getting sick really caught me off guard, especially during the holidays, and life just got kind of busy. But I did get an email probably the end of December, or maybe maybe it was middle of December, that class was going to be in January, that it was going to start January 6th. And so me and some of my friends also that were on the regional side with me were planning on going. We were all going to be in the same class together. And so it was really fun, like having people and like telling all the crews that I flew with, hey, I'm going mainline. And it's like this big exciting thing because there's just a lot more opportunities on the mainline side. You get to go to bigger and better destinations, just like places I've never been before. You have bigger planes, so you have more crew members with you. Like it would be 4 flight attendants instead of just you and one other person, which is what it is on the smaller jets for me right now. And so just more opportunity to like meet other crew members and yeah, go more places, fly different planes, the bigger aircrafts, and better pay, different hours. Like there's just so many more benefits, I think, to the mainline side. Obviously, I'm just speaking from what I've researched and like talking to other people who have already gone mainline, but I haven't been on the side. So, they always say the grass is greener, but I really think it is on the mainline side. And don't get me wrong, like I absolutely love our little jets. There's so much I love about my company, and it's been such an amazing journey, but I just felt so ready to level up and kind of move on to bigger things, if I guess you could say. And so I've had my job offer and planning and prepping to be a mainline flight attendant for, like I said, 6 or 7 months, and just kind of planning my whole future on that. And I went out and had all my clothes laid out on my bed, all my shoes. I did some shopping for training, notebooks and pens and pencils and flashcards and all of the things, just getting so excited, doing all the steps. I did the drug test for it. And I've kind of hinted at like these things that I've been doing. I think I hinted at a few vlogs ago. I did have to fly to Seattle to drug test early, like before I went for a trip. And I think I like mentioned like, oh, I'm keeping a secret from you guys. So that was kind of fun. But yeah, I've dropped some hints along the way and just like was so excited to take you guys on this journey with me. And I was sitting at Starbucks with Damon. We had just got to Starbucks. I ordered a coffee. We pulled out our planners. This was 2 days before training. And it was after the first, so we were just going to sit down and like talk about our goals for the year, which we did last year, and we really liked that. I think it's like a habit that we'll continue to do every single January. And we like to discuss our goals together, discuss our goals as individuals and share them with each other, and like what our steps are to get to those goals, what habits we're going to implement. And so we're just going to sit down and kind of like plan and pray for the future. And it was just like such a great day. We were so excited. And I got a call from one of the hiring recruiters while we're at Starbucks. I was waiting for my drink, and I step outside because I missed the call. I didn't know the phone number, and so I ended up calling him back. And he called to tell me that they were rescinding my job offer. They were taking it away, and I was no longer allowed to go to training. This was 2 days before my flight. I already had everything out, ready to be packed up. Been planning this, like I said, 6-7 months of planning and prepping on this being what I'm doing, and I was at a loss for words. I didn't even know what to say to him. I just said, okay, like when can I apply again? And the reason that they took my job offer away, I guess, so they do, because it's an internal hiring with the Pathways program from the regional side to the mainline side, they have access to all of our like files, our information, our attendance records, our performance records, all of that. And it's supposed to be scanned through before we even get to the interview. Like they should have all of that information. They do a check of our performance review. They did one like a month before they gave us the class date. So I don't know what happened, but basically I had a verbal warning on my performance record from last July of not complying with one of our files that we have to read before the start of every trip. So I didn't read it before the start of the trip like we're supposed to, and that went into my file as a warning. And so the recruiter said that I can't have any sort of disciplinary action in my file. They won't allow me to come over. And I said to him on the phone, again, I was in so much shock. That is the last thing I expected, the last phone call I expected to get that day. And I just felt completely side-railed. Like it just caught me so off guard. And I said it was a warning. I didn't receive any sort of like disciplinary action yet. Like I am a very hard worker. We have these things called like kudos that passengers and guests can, submit at the end of our flights. And I have tons of them of like backing up. Like I am good at my job and I care about people and I work very hard. And so it just really caught me off guard and there was nothing I could do about it. It was just something that someone on my, like the regional side, my supervisors, they missed it somehow all this time. And it just happened to pop up 2 days before I'm leaving for training. And so this was the first week of the mainline training. All of my friends are currently in it. I've been seeing them post it. All of their pictures of their outfits of the day and getting food together after class, and it's just been really hard. It was a few days of just grieving and crying about it and grieving a future that I had put so much effort and energy into, and just so much preparation went into this. And it was just everything for the last 6-7 months. Like I've just been so certain, like this is what I'm doing, and telling every single person that I know, this is what I'm doing, all my family, all my friends. And I couldn't even imagine like not going to training. Like I just knew that I was going to be gone. It's 6 weeks of training and had just planned everything accordingly. And so it kind of just made me have to take a seat and take a breath and reevaluate what I'm doing and what I'm prioritizing in my life. And it was not easy at first, and it's still, we're a week in, and a week later after this news, honestly, a week from today, which is kind of funny that I'm making this video today, but a week ago today is when I received the news. And I was thinking about it earlier today. Like it makes me sad. It makes me, a little heartbroken that this isn't, I'm not where I thought I was supposed to be. And I think that's the key word, is like sometimes we think that we're supposed to be on this path or we're supposed to be doing a certain thing, but the Lord has different plans for us. And so I've really had to press in and lean into that. And I've been really grateful. My family and my boyfriend have been so supportive of this journey and supporting me and not making me, sorry, I'm getting a little emotional, I guess. But just like not making me feel like a failure. Because it's just like it hurts to be rejected or to feel like I did something wrong, or but really it just wasn't in my control. Like I got a warning months ago and didn't know about it and didn't realize that it was going to affect me. And I've worked really hard in my job, like I said, and I work hard to love people well, whether it's my passengers or my coworkers, my crew, airport staff. Like I work really hard at my job, and I just thought this was the direction that I was going to go, and everything was kind of, it's like they say, like, don't put all your eggs in one basket. And I feel like I was just holding on so tightly to this idea of this perfect future that was going to like I just wanted to have better stories and better layovers to share with you guys to make the vlog grow, and just to be able to meet new people and all of these things. And I just had this expectation of what my life was going to look like once I was a mainline flight attendant, like once I'm this, then life is going to get better. And I think that the Lord is just showing up to remind me, like, that's not the truth, like he has different plans for me, and that's okay. And so I'm trying to press into that. Okay, sorry guys, I think my camera shut off because I'm talking so long. It's like, what's going on? So he kind of shut down. But anyway, Damon and I were having a heart-to-heart the other day about just wanting to refocus our relationship around the Lord, and just individually can like do a better job at pursuing a relationship with him and putting him first. And yeah, just like kind of doing a heart check, I guess, like what is the posture of our heart and the way that we're treating each other and other people. And yeah, so it's been just not at all how I thought the start of this year was gonna go. I feel like I've been waiting for this moment. I've been waiting for January to hit because I knew that flight attendant training was coming, and I was like, everything's gonna change, like everything's gonna get better. And I just got so sick at the end of last year, and then started this year in a completely different space than where I thought I was going to be. And I'm not working still. It is January 10th, and having to like email, I lost access to my email and my work things that I need, my platforms that I need, I don't have access to because they swapped me over to the mainline side already. And so it's been so messy and frustrating trying to work so hard just to even get back into the flow of things of like, okay, well, I'm not moving forward with that, so I have to go back to work, and not even being able to do that and get back in a routine. So it's just been such a strange week of not being where I thought I was going to be, and trying to move forward through this challenge and grow through it, and learn something from it. And I think I've shared with you guys before, I heard this on a podcast, and Damon's done a really good job of reminding me of this, but it's like, what are the positives that I can take from this? Like, yeah, it's a really hard situation, but like there's good in it somehow. And even if I can't see it right now, I know that good is going to come from it. So just trying to hold on to that of like, yeah, what can I get from this that's going to, how can I change my attitude or my heart to reflect the good in this situation, even though it's frustrating and not where I thought I was going to be. But yeah, I kind of just been putting off this week. Like, I know that I wanted to make this video so that I can, document my journey. I always say I want to be authentic and real with you guys, and I have been kind of fighting to get this video filmed. Like, it's hard. It's really hard to admit and to say out loud and continue to tell people. I've had friends that are in training that were texting me and asking like, oh, how come you're not in training? And other people like, oh, did they change your date for training? Like, why aren't you in training? Like, people are noticing that I'm not where I said I was gonna be. And I've kind of just ghosted them. Like, it's so hard to admit, like, yeah, no, I'm not going anymore. I'm gonna stay on the regional side for now, because the truth of the matter is, like, I am pivoting. I don't know what I'm doing other than continuing being a regional flight attendant right now. Like, I don't know what God has for me, and that's okay. I'm just gonna faithfully move forward and take baby steps in this direction that I think he has until something else comes up. Like, maybe I'm meant to be at a different airline and I just don't know it, and it's just not right now. Or maybe I am supposed to be, to continue to stay with the airline I'm with, or there's somebody that I need to cross paths with that I haven't yet that needs my love and my friendship or something, like, you don't know, and it's so frustrating. And it can feel confusing to not know the answers. And I may never know. Damon said this, like, I just want to know why. Why 2 days before training did this happen? I should have never made it that far. in the interview process, I should have never got a job interview. I should have never, had all of this hope and this excitement and joy for something that wasn't mine. And I did, and so it's like, why? What is the Lord trying to teach me in that? Because I made it this far, and right at the last second, it's taken away, it's taken out of my hands. So what am I going to do with this opportunity moving forward? And just, stepping back into work. I picked up a trip next week, and so I'm hoping that all of the logistics of my login information, like I don't have access to my work email, and I've been calling IT a couple times this week. I was on the phone with them for 30 minutes today trying to sort it out, and I still don't have access. So I'm hoping after the weekend that it will be sorted out and I can start picking up trips again, because I need to start making money since I'm not doing what I thought I was gonna do. So I'm just sitting at home, and it's been really nice getting to be home with Damon and getting a routine. We started going to a new gym this week, and we're enjoying that. And so and now I'm for sure committed to our marathon prep. So I got to run a 10-mile run. I haven't run a 10-mile run in literally years, probably 9-10 years. So that was a huge accomplishment. And training for the marathon, it's next month, middle of February. And so I'm having other goals and things. I got to deep clean my house yesterday. And so I kind of just shared what my day looks like. It's meal prep. Hey baby.
Yeah, babe.
I'm actually going to wrap this up because I think we need to go check the potatoes.
Okay.
I'm sorry. Will you run down and check it really quick? I just realized they might be going off. I don't want them to catch fire. Thank you so much. Love you. I came up to his house to film because the sun was coming through and it was really pretty, and I didn't want to stand in the kitchen. My house there's a giant bush that covers my window and it just doesn't have as good lighting. So I came up to sit by his window, and now the sun is setting, and I just realized, I had a timer on the potatoes and I don't want them to catch fire. So but I'm just trying to figure out what life looks like. That's all. The whole point of this vlog is I'm just trying to be transparent and real with you guys and vulnerable, and I want to treat this like it's a little bit of a diary. I'm going to look back on this one day and get to see my journey and where I thought I was going to be. And I know that I'm going to be in a space a year from now and be so grateful that I went through this experience, and I'm going to have life lessons to take with me. But I guess I just wanted to share with you guys because I really didn't have to tell you, you never even knew that I was planning on going to Mainline. I could have just vlogged and said I got sick and moved on with my life and let it be that, but the truth of the matter is sometimes we do get rejected. Sometimes we fail at things. Sometimes life doesn't go our way. And I want to share that with you. You deserve to know this journey that I'm on, and I would be silly and lying to be saying I'm authentic and I like to be honest with you guys and then not share this huge thing that happened in my life. And I didn't feel okay for the first couple days. I felt so lost. I felt really angry and bitter, and just really mad at the situation that I feel I have zero control over. And it's true, I don't. I have no control over this right now, and it's just been frustrating. So I kind of want to wrap it up here, but how's it looking?
Sure.
Is the timer still going?
No, I turned it off.
Oh, thanks. And the oven?
Yeah, I took them off.
Perfect. So I tried to multitask, but we're going to go eat some dinner. So I am going to wrap it up here. But I just want to be able, prayerfully, I'll get to look back on this and just be so grateful for this season and everything that it taught me. And I've got to be home and enjoy waking up, making breakfast, and doing cardio in the morning, and sipping my coffee on the couch, and getting in the Word, and spending time with the Lord again, things that I wasn't really doing at the end of last year. Just with our schedules, it's so hectic, and flying 4 days a week and commuting home. And so I think I'm just realizing, refocusing what's important in my life and what's not, my job doesn't define me, even though I really enjoy it and it does bring me a sense of purpose. And I think that's why I was feeling lost, because I just thought, it just brought me purpose knowing I was moving on to bigger and better things, quote unquote. And so I think just learning I'm still me. I still have things to offer and things to give, even though I'm not flying, and so that's been really an interesting piece to learn and to just remind myself. But I'm going to continue sharing this journey. I don't know what this year is going to hold now. It's completely different than what I thought in my head. I literally had this 5-year plan of why I was going to mainline and where I was going to be based eventually and why I was doing it, and just thought, I had this whole thing mapped out in my brain. And it's so funny because I feel like life rarely goes how we think it's going to. So if you're going through a similar situation in that, like, life is happening around you and you're not in circumstances that you expected or anticipated, or you're disappointed by something, or you're experiencing rejection in some capacity in your life, I just want to encourage you to, like, sit down, and it's okay to grieve. I think I had to share that with Damon. Like, I need to sit down and cry this out, and I did for probably 2 days, and he's like, okay, we've cried about it enough. It's time to get up, wipe your tears, like, let's move through this. It's not changing, and I know that hurts. Like, I know it hurts to be rejected or to fail at something can be frustrating. But what are we going to do now? Like, we're going to pivot and we're going to walk through this and we're going to figure it out. And so I just want to encourage you and remind you that you're not alone in that it's okay, that those things are natural, your emotions. Being angry about it can be upsetting, and I understand, but I just want to encourage you to pick yourself up and to keep walking in a direction, even if it's not the direction that you originally thought you were going to, or if you're in circumstances, that were unforeseen, that are unfortunate. I'm sorry that that's happening to you, but again, like, that's life. And so it's what we do in these moments of being at our lowest points and feeling like just so completely lost. It's what we do in those moments and what we take away from them that make us who we are. These experiences, they make us stronger. And I know that sounds kind of cheesy or cliche in some capacity, but it's going to be okay. Eventually, it may not be today or tomorrow or a week from now, but it will be okay. You will get through this season. I'm going to get through this season. We can get through our circumstances together. And yeah, I'm going to leave it there. I hope, like I said, that everything's sorted out with work and that I get to vlog next week. It's a 4-day trip. I'm pretty sure I picked up just because I need as many hours and credits as possible. I don't even know where I'm going, but I plan on vlogging that completely. So a week from now, should be able to get up that vlog. And if not, you might just get some Austin, Texas content. So we'll see what happens. But I'm going to leave it there. I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in if you made it to the end. I appreciate you hearing my heart and my vulnerability. And I'll catch you guys in the next vlog. Bye.